Well, I officially don't know where the fuck I am. I'll try and see. I don't know if you can see this. Right over in the distance there are the two transformers that were standing next to you before, just in the bridge next to that. So I'm going a fair distance, but I'm not quite sure where I'm at. But like life, this walk is a voyage of discovery. Which probably means so far, not what the fuck I'm doing. I end up backtracking, but I doubt it. I think I've got a general idea. If I keep heading in this direction, eventually I'm going to hit people. Once I hit people, I'll know where I'm at. But yeah, so as I was saying, there seems to be a culture at the moment in 3D of wanting the easy way out. I suppose in some ways we can blame this on the change in the workflow. Now remember, not too many years back, when ZBrush was first starting to make its appearance, people were still doing polymodelling, right? Now polymodelling sort of was great for, this is going to sound really evil, but for weeding the wheat from the chaff, right? For people who had what it took from people who didn't, okay? Now granted, some people were fantastic sculptors but couldn't polymodel to save their life. And other people were great polymodelers but couldn't sculpt to save their life. Different strokes, different folks. But usually it was a good catch-all, okay? That's the way I view it. Now once it got to the point where it is now, and I suppose I was one of the proponents early on of retopologizing from day one. I've, in fact, I think my first article for 3D Total for the site was on retopologizing using ZBrush 2. So there you go. Of course that means that people rarely take any notice of topology anymore. A lot of people's skills stop at knocking out a base mesh. Nobody goes to higher level anymore. I've been doing a fair amount of that just for personal stuff, as well as work stuff at the moment. Just break out the bum out of the box, you know what I mean? I'm getting sick of doing the same thing. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but I've done a lot of busts, right? The idea today, that was basically, so there was a few good ones for 3D Creative last article, but now I've done that, let's go and sit over here for a bit. Because I know up there, I know where I'm at now, the tip, it's up there. Which means I've got a fucking big hill to go up. Oh shit, I'm up my ankles in mud here. Oh dear. Now I suppose I should point out, right, for those that are wondering, I put that little bunny rabbit back there. Well, could I have flown the RSPCA? Probably. Not a lot of point because I didn't know where the hell I was, right? This is the countryside. You see dead animals all over the place. I'm not being heartless. I love animals. But neither am I going to carry a rabbit with one eye missing around for the next few miles. I hope people understand that. I'm not being heartless. Just thought I'd add that in because it dawned on me since the last one that maybe it'll come across as a bit heartless. Sometimes my sense of humour doesn't travel well. But yeah, so basically I would encourage people to revisit the old workflows, the old poly workflows. Now why would you want to do that? I'll explain. I'm well known for working from like low res base meshes, spheres, anything I can get my hands on. Now the trouble with that is, you often end up having to take your model, say a head model, but something like 6 million polys to get the the real fine pore detail. You don't need that. Good polygon model. I don't know whether you saw the one that I put up, the beast one, the dog looking thing, right? That was for something me and Glenn did for a client test. Client doesn't know about it yet, but as it was outside of the contract and outside of the NDA, it was just done as a test. They can go screw themselves. Now Glenn's one of the best poly modelers on the planet. Like, I don't say that lightly. Now the thing is, you sculpt with one of Glenn's base meshes, even though they look they are pretty low poly, 1,000-2,000 polys, but everything's in the right place, perfectly animatable, joy to work on. That's one of the reasons why I thought, well, I'll have to go back to poly stuff again, Now you can't post poly model stuff online anymore, because if you post a low res base or a base mesh, right, this hasn't got uber wrinkles and pores and a zillion one like ammo pockets, people aren't interested anymore. They want all the bells and whistles. I don't know. Now, I've got to admit at the moment I'm getting stressed about this book coming out, because I know we've just got the Library of Congress number, because I had to send all the information to WordPress so I could forward it. But apparently it's two of the Wayne Robsons that are authors. Well, what I didn't tell them was one of them is me, right? From some books I did on escapology years back. But that's nothing to do with 3D. So there's another Wayne Robson there. I know there's one more that works for Disney. A really old, wrinkly guy. Used to be in all the dodgy sort of Disney sort of C movies, B movies. But yeah. Anyway, but I don't know what the hell I was going on about. That's what I was basically saying. It's like, revisit the old stuff, you know what I mean? Try something different. It's like, I'm going to try something. Well, I've actually started. Let's say I'm practicing something. It'll be a first, because nobody's stupid enough to attempt it, right? I had an idea. So I'm going to try it. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not going to mention it again. Might not be for 6 months, you know, before I do it. But when I do it, I can promise you it's going to cause a reaction. Hopefully a good one, but possibly a negative one. But there you go. Anyway, sorry to be cryptic, but there you go. Just the way it is. Let's see how it's sounds like. Got 5 minutes left yet, man. Oh. Now, up on top of that hill there, you see a village there. I'll try and zoom in. Right, ow, I'm burning my bloody finger. Right, you see a village right on top of that fucking hill? That's called Iverston, right? Lots of people that are like upper middle class people live there. I'll tell you a story about a mate of mine. Neil's at happens. He'd been to a party up there one night. I was invited, but didn't go because I basically got rat-arsed in concert before the start of the party. I was only 17, you know what I mean? And Neil went to this party, and he decided he had to go home. Didn't normally go home to his mother's parties. He just thought, oh, I'll go to my mother's. So he starts walking through these fields here, all the way back, right over past those trees over there, to go home. About 3 miles, right in the dark, black dark, in the middle of winter. Right, parties were always in the winter for some fucking reason back then. Don't know what it was. He passes a house that's deserted and sees this lovely flower basket, right? Obviously somebody spent a long time on it. And Neil, being pissed off his dreams, thought, that would be lovely for my mother. So he picks it up and decides to go carrying it through the dock in the fields. Needless to say, Neil tripped over, ended up with the basket of flowers over his head, covered in soil and mud up to his knees, and turned up like unable to stand at his mother's. That's a famous Neil story. I've got loads of those buggers. I've got even more about me. So while I might look relatively sober and not sane, but sane and sober, you know, we've all got a bit of a party past, you know what I mean? I left my party days behind a long time ago. I'm a parent now, not allowed to be a party animal. Although I've got a feeling Kane will follow my footsteps. God help us if he does. That's all I can say. But yeah, I've heard whispers that ZBrush 4 will be demoed, or some of the technology for ZBrush 4 at SIGGRAPH. I do not know that as an absolute fact. I haven't checked, but it might be. If it is, the chances are everybody will have to sign an NDA, right? So what do you don't think about it? We know Mudbox 2 is being demoed, possibly released. Nobody knows. I know I just got this live video feed from SIGGRAPH for those of us who can't get there. One talk I would say to look out for, Neil Blevins from Pixar, mate of mine. He's doing a big talk there. You might, if you're going to SIGGRAPH, look it out, because Neil's a good lad, knows his shit, right? And he's nice, you know, he's a really nice lad to talk to. But anyway, how much time have I got? Over about 2 minutes to rattle on. Well, I might as well start walking up this road then. So you see, we managed to go for a surprise walk somewhere I've never been before and not get lost, which is quite surprising. But yeah, so I did another one of these about 3 nights ago. Went for an even longer walk. Unfortunately, turned out a wee bit personal because I had 2 hours sleep and I was not exactly talking on subjects most of you could relate to be honest. I think it was just Wayne having a damn good whinge into the phone. So I think we'll keep that one on the drive for safety. Anyway, I'm going to walk up a massive big hill. You can hear the sheep. Oh, they stopped now. There you go. So right up there is the tip, right, where you take all the rubbish and shit. And I'm not going to forget there because it's always infested with all sorts of nasty people. But anyway, those of you watching, thank you. I'll see you next time. Maybe middle of next week, maybe sooner. Don't know. Right, see ya. Bye bye.